Alright, this is your boy Ham Solo 05 Gaming from TSWS Gaming. What's cracking, you guys? I got a couple of phenomenal gentlemen with me from Dune. What's happening? Names for you gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm Camille. Nice to meet you guys.
And I'm Ignazi. Nice to meet you as well.
Alright, and you guys, I heard just a little bit ago that you guys are going to be having a beta or a preview or something like that coming to Steam. Is that right?
Not exactly. We actually are running closed beta tests right now at different intervals. Those are all happening under NDA, so we have a closed group of testers. They're playing the game, they're giving us their feedback, so we can take it to the development teams and kind of make decisions to make the game better whenever it's gonna come out and whenever we're gonna feel like, hey, this is in the position, we're happy with it, and we wanna more people to kind of play and experience it.
No doubt. Now I'm gonna ask you some vague questions because I don't want. Because I'm sure you guys are like you just mentioned the whole NDA thing and whatnot. So I'm gonna ask you, like, when you look at this game from the outside looking in, how ambitious does this feel?
All right. I mean, might sound a bit biased, but it's very ambitious. Like at Funcom, we always want to do as ambitious a vision as we can, and we set some, or we try to expand the survival genre first with Current Exiles, and this is the next step that we're trying to bring the genre and the whole Dune universe. So I think, again, very biased, but I think it's going to be a very ambitious look at the Dune universe.
Now this game is multiplayer, correct?
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're going to be able to do a lot of things. You're going to have different types of vehicles. What do you think about the whole aspect of working together and playing? Let's say I got to go to work, but my buddy hops on the game. Do you think he could easily pick up from where I left off and continue?
Yeah, I think it's going to be very important, and it's always fascinating to see how group of players can really be working together when they're working towards a specific objective. And in Dune Awakening, you're gonna have a lot of options for that. It's a sandbox environment, so in many ways, you do create your own journey. You kind of play the game the way you want it, and dependingly of the goals you set for yourself, you can work towards them as a group, right? So you can imagine you build your base, you're gonna need to collect the resources. You can send your colleague Fred to collect some iron or do some spice harvesting for you. So whenever you're gonna come back, you can kind of process it, maybe build some vehicles that you guys gonna use later on to traverse to the next zone because there is another resource you wanna gather, or maybe there is another guild you wanna be working against or working towards, right? There's gonna be quite a different things. We have this zone, an endgame zone called Deep Desert, which will be heavily PvP focused, and it's an end game. It changes every week, so a Coriolis storm comes in to swoop the entire area, and new points of interest are coming in, all of the buildings are being wiped in, so you have that rat race kind of experience when Gios is like, okay, we need to get ready for the next week. There's gonna be a lot of spice. We need to get it for ourselves because we know that spice is power. Spice will let you control the Iraqis.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I gotta ask you now. I'm familiar with some survival games. I was really big into Ark Survival Evolved, but one thing that kind of hindered the game at points sometimes is when let's say I have 50 hours in, but then my boy or girl that's hopping in only has 10, and sometimes it feels like you're level chasing if you're on the lower end of it. Is it going to feel anything like this in that game where it feels like, oh, this person's a level 120, but I'm a level 5 and I'm very it's very finite into what I can actually do to experience the game?
So in the game, I mean, obviously the more hours you put into the game, the more options you will unlock for yourself, right? But we have worked on ways for everybody to be able to work together. If you have, say, you start your own guild and you have a friend that's just joining in and they really are just getting the hang on the game, what you can do, for instance, is the building system. You can put basically, or you can ask your friend that has not, I don't know, enough materials or resources or whatever, but he's very good at building. You can ask them to put the blueprints, like basically plan out the building in real time, and then you come later with your materials, all the stuff that you farm for hours, and you fill that in. So that is one way to have like everybody contributing as part of one team. At the same time, also in Dune Awakening, we are trying to make it so as it's not like one just style of play. Like say your friend just wants to chill in the game, just wants to log in and mine some rocks, and that's all they want to do in the game. You can do that. We have this system also called the exchange, which is kind of like this marketplace for everybody to buy and sell also blueprints and other stuff for other players and get resources back, right? So say you have some player that just wants to chill and do that, they can do that, and they will still help your guild and help your high level character they can use then later for doing wars with other people, or going to the deep desert and fighting it out towards spies. Your friend low level can still stay in the safe zone and contribute to whatever your house is doing.
So there's safe zones in the game.
Yeah. What I would also add to the question you asked regarding the levels. So we obviously have a technological tree that you unlock more things that you can either craft or create as you level up.
But you can different kind of workbenches, like a fabricator versus.
There will be some different things, right?
Okay.
But I think what's very interesting here is that regardless of your level, you can use everything. So if you're gonna bring your mate into the game who's just starting to play, they can hop in into an ornithopter. You can get them to the spice harvester. They can do all of that shit, even if they cannot craft them themselves.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest pet peeves in like games like Borderlands. Although I love Borderlands, it stinks when you're playing with your buddy and he's like, "Oh, I got this dope gun," and he tosses it to you, and you're like 10 levels away from it, and you can't use it at all. So that sounds pretty good. I got two more quick questions for you. The first question is, man, this game looks unbelievable. What engine do you guys happen to be running this game on?
Yeah, it's an Unreal Engine 5.
Okay, so the most latest Unreal Engine. Okay, and then the last question that I have you guys here to do is to simply ask, what platforms is this game all coming out for?
Yeah, so we're planning to release on PC and also Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5.
Awesome, phenomenal. Well, thank you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up right here. Man, well, it was a pleasure, you guys. Wonderful interview. Thank you guys so much.
Good energy, love it.
All right, it's your boy Ham Solo signing out from TSWS Gaming. PAX, let's go.